Hi everybody, thanks for tuning into my channel Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia. Today we will start a new adventure into like a very cool rhythmic concept or in Indian classical music, and this concept is called Tihai. And Tihai is a really like a purely Indian concept. I think you will find it nowhere else on the world. And it's actually like it's a rhythmical concept. So you can also play it just on percussion on your whatever. Actually in India, of course, it's played on the tabla and. And also it's used. I'm pretty sure that it's used also in Carnatic music in the South Indian and in the North Indian classical music, and in the South Indian music it would be played on the pakavash. But I'm actually not really sure how much this Tihai is actually relevant in South Indian classical music. But anyway, we are not too narrow-minded here, as you may have noticed. So we just take this concept, the Tihai, and we will now have like a first lesson with that, and we will go on quite some lessons on that topic. And what is a Tihai? So what is a Tihai? A Tihai is a phrase which you repeat 3 times, and the last beat of the last repetition will come to the one of the whole. In Indian music, there are like rhythmical cycles, which are called tala or tal. It means like they have maybe 8 or 7 or 16 beats, and then and the one, it's also called the shom. It's very important note. It's like and very often you kind of resolve your phrases to that shom, to the first beat, most strong beat also of the tal usually. And this kind of a resolution is really done with this Tihai very nicely, because this phrase repeats 3 times, and then it really ends on the shom. It could also be, we will just go very quick now. I just do like a brief introduction, then we will actually go very quick into the actual music, and we take it also more in a practical way, this journey here. But let me just say, sometimes you have compositions which are not starting on the one. Yeah, like melodies which you always play, and they a very typical thing, for example, in Indian classical music is like this teen tal, the 16-beat tal, and you start your melody on the 12th beat. So you have like 16 beats, and you start on the 12th beat with your melody, and then on the one, actually like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1 is actually also a kind of a resolution, but very often, is the resolution. The 1 is usually the real strongest, most fundamental beat, and everything resolves to that. But very often you have also the concept to have a Tihai, this phrase, which ends on the 11th beat, in a way to resolve to a beat before you start the melody again. So actually these where are you resolving that beat is really it really doesn't matter now. I mean, you can pick any beat, but usually it's the one. Yeah, usually it's the first beat. Okay. So I talked a lot already. I actually wanted to play quite soon here in this lesson, but anyway, down in the description below you find the PDF for this lesson, and maybe it would be a good idea to download that, like to follow the lesson, and also it will support this channel, so it would be really cool if you download that. We take in this first lesson we take a certain scale. It's Ahir by Raf. It's like it's Mixolydian with a flat 9 actually, or flat 2. It's like drop D tuning here. You might notice that. I just tune my low E string down to D to have a nicer sound here. Okay, you see this on the page, the notes of the scale. And now we have a little melody, and I put on my metronome here. I have a metronome here. Which has like 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You always have this higher sound on the 1. And the melody is going. So this phrase now, let's stop this. You had this phrase here, B, C, E flat, B, C, E flat, B, C, B, C, E flat, B, C, E flat. And this is a Tihai. This is one phrase of the Tihai. It's like B, C, E flat. Yeah? So it's a 3-beat Tihai, or a 3-note Tihai. Or you can also, let's talk about this a bit later. You just have these 3 notes, okay? So, and you directly repeat these 3 notes. So you take like, and these 3 notes you think of as 16ths. I mean, I'm really referring to this PDF now. We have like a 2/4 bar, which is going like 1, 2, 1, 2, but we can just count all these numbers, all the fourths, the quarter notes together, and just think of that thing as like one whole cycle, or one larger measure, time signature of 8 quarter notes. And that's what I'm doing here with my metronome. And so what I'm doing now is like I base my Tihai on 16 beats, on 16ths. I mean on 16ths. Yeah. So when I have these quarter notes, then I count actually like take-a-dimmy, take-a-dimmy. So these are my microbeats. Yeah. These I call microbeats. We have the basic pulse. Dum, dum, dum. Yeah, that's a basic pulse. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. And now I'm deciding for kind of a subdivision, and I'm doing like 16. So it's like take-a-dimmy, 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 take-a-dimmy. Yeah, that's something very, very important. For composing or thinking this Tihai, is to be really clear about the subdivisions. So about the microbeats, about the relative speed, you can say, like the speed relative to the basic pulse. And once you decided for that, you have you can count them. So what actually happens, what I just played was, I took my last two quarter notes, or my pulse 7/8, or you can also say my last measure of these 4/2/4 measures, and there in this last measure I have two quarter notes, which equals 8/16. Yeah, like taka-dimi, taka-dimi, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think that's easy for everybody. It's just good to be really clear and like specific about this concept. So that's why I'm maybe explaining more than you might need, because maybe you're already kind of an advanced student, of course, or advanced musician. So we have 8 microbeats to deal with. And because we will end our Tihai, yeah, this last phrase of these 3 times, the last beat of that phrase should come to the 1, yeah, to the next 1 of the next cycle. We are adding this 1 beat to our 8. Yeah, so we have 2 bars of, 2 quarter notes of 16ths, a 2/4 bar. So we have 8/16ths, 8 microbeats to deal with, and we add 1 microbeat for the 1. That's our calculation. So we are dealing now with 9 microbeats. Yeah, that's really the idea is where do I want to start my Tihai? Now I'm starting my Tihai on the 7th beat of the cycle. And from there, I have to think, okay, what kind of microbeats do I have? What do I want, or what microbeats are happening all the time, which I really have to consider. Okay, so it's 16ths. Okay, so if I start my Tihai on the 7th beat of this cycle, I calculate. Okay, there are like 8 microbeats, 8/16ths plus 1 plus the 1. So we have 9 microbeats to deal with. And 9 microbeats, that's very easy actually. It's like 3 times 3. So one Tihai is a third. Yeah? You take a third of that. So you, in a way, you're just dividing these microbeats by 3. Okay? So it's like you count actually like 7, 8, 1. Yeah, pulse. 7, 8, 1. Now you take the microbeats. Taka-dimi, taka-dimi, ta. Taka-dimi, taka-dimi, ta. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now you count, instead of taka-dimi, taka-dimi, ta, you count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's a basic rhythmical structure. You emphasize also the 3, the last beat of the Tihai to create that tension and that feeling of resolution when it's the 3 what you accented in a way before, and which came on all kinds of beats or microbeats, that actually is really resolving to the 1. So this idea is like taka-dimi, taka-dimi, ta. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? I play this again. This example. By the way, I'm doing just a little bit embellishment. Yeah, so actually the phrase ends on this flat 9. Yeah, it's a very prominent note in I Hear by Rough. actually a bit lower, but anyway. And instead of just going directly on the 1, you're like 1, I do like 1. I just have this extra little ornament or mirror, this slide thing down. It's just nice to like ba da dee da dee dee da dee da. Yeah. Okay. So this again. Okay? What we calculated in a way is, it's called like bedom Tihai. Bedom means no brass. That means between these individual limbs of this Tihai, it's also called tala, like you have like a pala, it's just the one piece of the Tihai which you repeat which you play 3 times. And when there are no gaps in between these individual parts, then this is called bedom. So you directly you go on with the phrase. Yeah. So you have like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yeah, that's, you don't have any gaps. These microbeats are just going on, and 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay. Now, what happens if we add a gap? Or in other words, what we can do, we can take the same 3-note Tihai, 1 2 3, then add a gap, play it again, add the same gap again, and then 3rd time resolve it. If we take now we start this Tihai 1/8 note before or earlier. Yeah, now we started on the 7th beat of this 8-beat cycle, and now we start on the end of 6. So 5 and 6 and, yeah. So it's the 8th. What did I say? It's like 1/8 note before. And what happens if we do that? If we start 1/8 note before? Remember, we calculate our microbeats into we have 16ths. So we had 9 16ths. Yeah, just starting on the 7th. If we start 1/8 note earlier, we add like 2 16ths. So 2 microbeats are added. So instead of 9, we have 11. Okay? And this 11, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This 11 is 3 times 3. Yeah, we have this, we take the same notes, 3 times 3, which is 9. And then we just, there are just 2 microbeats left to make a full 11. So what we do, we divide the microbeats which are left. These are 2 microbeats are left. We divide them by 2. So we have 1 microbeat. And we take, that means we insert 1 gap. On the PDF you also have this, the the sheet how to calculate the Tihai, and that's actually what we just talked through. So it would be good to for yourself to have this PDF and the whole like calculation idea is explained there, and just to really understand that, and also because what now may seem very simple in a way, will get more and more complex. I just wanna make this basic kind of calculation like very clear. And the Tihai which have gaps in between the individual three palas parts, they're called damdar. Yeah, damdar means there are gaps. We insert gaps, and bedam means no gaps, no breath. Yeah, no, we don't breathe in between. So we just can say, actually, just as a general rule, or let me just play that for you first, before I go on with all my talking and theory. Oh my God. So the idea is, we had these three notes without gaps. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now we have 1, 2, 3, gap, 1, 2, 3, gap, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and we can just do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I play the melody first, that's you. That seems to be very simple, of course. I mean, it's just like da da dum, da da dum, da da dee. Yeah, so it's really straightforward. But it's actually quite interesting what we did. Yeah, just this approach, because we will now go on with that, and inserting even more gaps. So we are just taking the same phrase. We actually just composed three notes. That's all. Three notes which resolve in a nice way to the one, to the chant. And we made a whole thing out of that. And the whole it's also often it's compared with like a cadence. It's cadencing towards the one, yeah, to resolution kind of. And what we just did, actually we already established a very important Tihai rule, or a very important Tihai principle. And this principle is, in general, if you start the Tihai one beat earlier, you have to insert half a beat gap. Yeah, so we started our Tihai on the seventh beat of the whole cycle, and now we go on the end of 6, and the definition what is a beat actually can vary. It's not like it's relative. Yeah, so we can say, okay, our beats are, I mean, for this procedure, for this principle, we say one beat is an eighth note. So one beat consists of 2/16. So like take, yeah, that's one beat. One beat divided into two parts. So take dimmi would be like take dimmi. So these would be the beats we are calculating. And what we actually played was like relative to the beats in a double speed. Yeah, so these 16ths are moving double speed in relative to the eighth notes. So in other words, I mean, it's actually just it's in a way it's very simple. You start 1/8 note earlier and insert 1/16th note gap. So because you always have these two gaps, I mean two places where you have the same amount of gaps, of course, same number of gaps. That's important also. It's not possible to have like a Tihai pala and then have like two gaps, and then another Tihai pala and then have like only one gap. Yeah, that would be like an irregular kind of a figure. There are certain concepts which we will also talk about, but that's not really a Tihai. That would be like a wrong Tihai, or yeah, somebody played it wrong, did a mistake, or something like that. So it's actually just a question: what is our microbeat, or what is our basic pulse, and what is a half beat? You know, we have to, in a way, we have to calculate that. But this principle, one beat earlier, add half a beat gap. This is this we can apply on many, like you can say in many kind of relative speeds, like different speeds. We can say, okay, our beats, for example, our beats are quarter notes, like there are here in this piece actually, like 8 quarter notes. So we can say, okay, instead of starting at the 7, or let's say, whatever. I mean, instead of starting, for example, on 7, we start on 6. Yeah, so one beat earlier, and then we know, okay, if we have a Tihai which would work like that, we add just a half beat, and that would be like an 8th note then, or an 8th note rest. Yeah, half beat gap. I hope that is clear. I mean, it's just in a way it's straightforward. What I do now, I play you the different Tihais. So I will just go with that principle, playing the Tihai, starting the Tihai an 8th note earlier, and then add one more gap, and every one gap is always like a 16th rest. And the way you can actually calculate that or recite that, you can speak these Tihais by speaking, for example, your bowl pattern. In this case, it could be just like da ra da, yeah, 3 notes, down up down, da ra da, and then you repeat that 3 times, da ra da da ra da da ra da. Da ra da da ra da da ra da. Yeah, starting on beat 7. If you start on the 6th end, you have like 5 and 6. Da ra da 1, da ra da 1, da ra da. Or on 6, 5. Da ra da 1 2, da ra da 1 2, da ra da. All right, so I will recite these different Tihais now, starting always like one beat or one 8th note earlier, and speaking the bowl pattern like da ra da, and counting the gaps 1 2 3 4 5 and so on. It's also written here on the PDF, so you can also follow that there. And one really helpful tool for like staying in the cycle, keep the cycle going, is to count in the hand. And we talked about that already when we talked about tala and theka of Indian classical music. I will put the link down in the description below that you can listen that or watch the video. The way it's done actually is just you count the knuckles of your finger and your fingertips. So you start like 1 with the thumb going to the little finger here. 1 2 3 4, fingertip, 5, 6, 7, 8, fingertip, yeah, 8 is the fingertip, and then you start all over. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, da 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 da, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, da 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 da, or 6, da da 1 da da 1 da da. So that's the way I'm keeping tall. That's the right word. So I'm keeping tall now for this reciting with my fingers. Otherwise, of course, I have to play, and I have to maybe see it on the page, or like see the beats mentally. That's also some kind of practice where I will make a lesson on that topic to try to see the beats, to follow the beats in a way like mentally, which is very, very advanced. Actually, I'm still practicing that from time to time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, da 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 da. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, da da 1 da 1 da da. 2, 3, 4, 5, da da 1 2 da 1 2 da da. 2, 3, 4, 5 da 1 2 3 da 1 2 3 da. 2, 3, 4 da 1 2 3 4 da 1 2 3 4 da. 2, 3, 4 da 1 2 3 4 5 da 1 2 3 4 5 da. 2, 3, da 1 2 3 4 5 6 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 da. 2, 3, da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 da. 2, da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 da. Da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 da. 1 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 da 1 2 3 up. Now from 1 again with 12 gaps. Da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 da 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 da. Okay? All right. So I will play that. 3, 4 5 6 7 8. Sorry. One thing, by the way, what we can do, what's nice, we can play instead of our gaps. We can also use our chikari strings. I mean the chikari, the jala idea. So we can have like these small. We try to keep them very, very light and very soft. That we can go on with our gaps here. I show you what I mean. So I insert one gap. Let's do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Da, da, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11. Da, ra, da, ra, da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Da, ra, da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Da. All right, so a few little things there, here and there, but basically, I think it's clear, huh? That this idea, one beat earlier, adding 2 microbeats, 1/8 note earlier, adding 1/16 in between of these Tihai palas. All right, another thing we can do before we think about like different numbers of beats and also different concepts later. There's one concept of variation, which is like in this case just in this case it's just like adding Diri strokes. So instead of like usually like da ra da. Da ra da, da ra da. We can add a Diri stroke. So instead of, just without the notes, it's just about rhythm actually. So it's like instead of like da ra da, da ra da, da ra da, or da ra da, da ra da, da ra da. We can play Diri da ra, Diri da ra, Diri da ra. Yeah, instead of da ra da, we play Diri da ra. Or we can add the Diri on the second microbeat, so da Diri da, 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 da Diri da. Or we can add these Diri strokes on all these first 2 microbeats. The last microbeat, of course, we can't. The third, we can't add any Diri because this will be the one then, yeah, the resolution. So if we have a Diri there, if we would just repeat it 3 times, we would not end on like da on the beat, but on Diri, yeah, something like that. And that's normally not what you do. So there you also see these phrases. So you have like maybe let me just play it a bit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, these other 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and so on. All right, so let's do the other. Da diri da. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and so on. Yeah, I think it's a really cool device. This, or cool, I mean, really great, actually, great concept. This Tihai, and I think you also get a kind of this feel how this is like always resolving, and you hear this 3 times, and then it resolves. It creates a kind of a tension and excitement, and you hear, like, especially with those which are like really rhythmical displays, huh? Like not always like da-ra da, da-ra da, da-ra da, but like da-ra da, da-ra da, da-ra da. So it's like that, like you hear this phrase, but you hear it like displaced, like shifted rhythmically, and then resolving on the one. So it's really, yeah, I think it's really cool. All right, the next with diri diri da, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time. 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and so on. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's it for this lesson. You really got an introduction to Tihai. You have the sheet with this calculation on it, and we were just busy with 3-note Tihai, so that's also something you can just make up for yourself. Yeah, just do that. Just take a tune, take a composition you play. But actually, like, this is also the reason why this is a purely Indian concept, this Tihai. I think because in Indian music, your tonality, your root, the scale, in a way, your raga stays for the whole time. So you always, when you resolve something, you will always on any one, you will always be right with the same sa, or the same, I mean the same note. The notes always at any time have the same functions. So you can actually place anything at any time, and it will function very well in the raga. Yeah, so that's really some like how do you say, like prerequisite or something like that, something like a basis you really need for this concept to work, you know. Because when you, in a way, when you just have this raga, the same root and the same functions all the time, then you can then you are really rhythmical, completely free. You know, you can displace anything. You can play something like 3 bars later or 3 talas later, or whatever. You can do whatever, and it will be always like melodically, like musically, from the note choice, it will always fit. And so when you apply this concept, of course, it would be best to either have very long parts of a certain maybe mode, or of course the best thing, especially when you start now, I mean, you can apply this concept also during like harmonic changes or like chord changes, chord progressions, but that's a different thing. It's getting more complicated then, and you have to calculate more and think about that more. Of course, I think the best thing would be if you just take like one of these drones, which you also can download here on Guitar Academia. I put the link down in the description below for you. There you have a kind of always like this kind of a drone low note, and then you just decide for one mode, for one scale, and you stick to that scale, and you maybe you also create a kind of a melody, or like at least like you decide on which note you want to end on the one, so that it's really like resolved on the one, like from a note choice. It also it's very common to just have the root there on the one. So, and then you calculate your T-highs, and just stick for now just stick to 3-note T-highs. Yeah, so just 3 beats and 3 microbeats, and of course these 3 variations you can do. Instead of da ra da, you can di da ra, or da di da, or di di da. So you have like also different amounts of notes from 3 or 4 or 5. In the di di da you have 5 notes actually. Yeah, so I would just go with that. I would really compose like a 3-note phrase which always resolves with the last note nicely to the root of the tonality, to the sa. That's the let's say the most not dangerous way to think. Just go to the sa. That's always like sure. You can't make any mistake just going to the root. And yeah, and then practice that, and check out what is your cycle, how many beats you have, and then yeah, maybe just copy this thing here with these like staying in 16th microbeats, and have these quarter notes going. Later on it will get more complicated, more advanced, but I think that's a great start to do that. I think that is kind of manageable. All right, so that's it for this lesson. I hope you like this lesson, and I hope you stay tuned for the next Tihai lessons. If you subscribe to my channel and also click the bell button, you get also notifications for every new video which will be released on Guitar Academia. So every week you will get a notification. And also there's a possibility to support my channel with a donation. So just go down in the description below. There's a link to my website, Huub Hildenbrand Guitar Academia site there. I mean, it's huubhildenbrand.com, and then the Guitar Academia site. There you'll find a button where you can also donate to support this whole process here, because there are a lot of more topics which I would really like to share with you here. All right, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. My name is Huub Hildenbrand.